Study coding for long enough and you're certain to find a file with the extension .json. Whether you're building an API, modding or cheating games, or just trying to learn how to write to a file, interacting with a JSON file is inevitable. So what exactly is a JSON and why are they so common? .json stands for JavaScript Object Notation and is a data format for text files based on, you guessed it, the syntax for writing objects in JavaScript. Just because JavaScript is in the name, though, doesn't mean that that's the only language where you can use JSON files. The format is so useful that other languages, including Java and C#, to name a few, have support for parsing JSON files. Since JSON is a text-only format, even languages without specific parsing functions can extract data from files due to the consistent formatting. Let's take a look at how JSON files are structured for a little example. Data in JSON files can be organized into objects and arrays. Objects are made up of pairs of keys and values, separated by commas and surrounded by curly brackets. Let's say we wanted to make a JSON file that stores information about my non-specific tabletop RPG character. We could pair the key name with the value Sylar, the key age with 19, class with Warlock, and level with 4. Now, warlocks are spellcasters, so what if we want to store a list of his spells? We could just pair the key spells with a list in quotes, like one long string, but this isn't the most effective way to be able to read this data later. Instead, let's make an array of spells to assign to the key. In JSON format, arrays are surrounded by straight brackets, and values in that array are separated by commas. So, for Sylar's non-copyright infringing spell list, we'll have Lovecraftian Ray, Spooky Staff, Purple Flameblade, Curse, Understand Languages, and Shadow Sword. Next, I'd like to add some info about his party members into this file. Sylar has 4 party members, so let's make another array with their details. Starting with straight brackets to make the array, how do we store multiple pieces of data about one party member? Easy, we surround the information corresponding to one character in another set of curly brackets. Let's add in curly brackets name Cassie, class wizard, then Jamie the rogue, Scrap Goblin the hunter, and Kata the fighter. Now we have a basic JSON file with a bunch of well-formatted data ready to parse into the language of your choosing. JSON files are used everywhere. Minecraft uses JSON to store item names, associate blocks with textures, create crafting recipes, and more. Web pages pass around JSON files in the background all the time to communicate pieces of data. This simple little file type does a lot of heavy lifting, and knowing how to use it will set you up for success in storing and formatting data.